Good morning. I am standing here with the flowers and the blossoms to remind us of the fact that new life has come, Jesus has risen, and his presence is among us. I want to point out that in the gospel story of the resurrection, we hear that the apostles had locked themselves into the upper room. They were there, locked away for safety, for fear of the Jews. Right, so there was a situation where they were fearful that they were going to be put to death, just like Jesus had been put to death. They're locked up because of fear, which means clearly they are afraid. There's circumstances surrounding them that make them fearful. And then Jesus came into their midst, he breathed on them, and he says, "Peace be with you." And he gave them his peace. And they now had Jesus' peace. My question for you is, had their circumstances changed? Had the outside circumstances changed? The answer is no, they hadn't, right? The Jews that they were fearful of at that time, that situation they were fearful of, that hadn't changed. But now Jesus said to have peace. There was something that changed. It wasn't their outside circumstances. It was the fact that internally they knew that Jesus was alive. And because Jesus was alive, they could have that peace. Even though their outside circumstances, the things that they had that were fear-inducing, were still right there present in their lives, Christ's resurrection was now a part of their lives. They knew he was alive, and so they were able to have peace. My question for you is, what things do you have in your life that cause fear? That you say to yourself, as long as this thing's present in my life, I am going to be afraid. Whatever those things are, I want to remind you, Jesus has risen, Christ is alive, and he says, peace be with you. And because of his presence with you, alive in your life and in your heart, he says, even in the midst of situations that may cause fear, I do not want you to be afraid. I want you to know that I am with you, and because I am alive, even though those circumstances, even with them still in place, I want you to have peace. So I will say to you right now, in the midst of whatever you're experiencing, peace be with you. Christ is alive. Let his peace come into your heart, reign in your heart, and abide there always. Peace be with you, and God bless you.